So as I was explaining, we're looking at Mitch Peters and through reading. And I mentioned that typically, although Richard Martinez, who is into Nard and hit me to the fact that at a certain tempo, you know, Nard is a combination, each piece is a combination of rudiments, and those rudiments can really start to swing. And although Dick Wilson thought that Nard was kind of corny, it can be cool, and it's kind of a neat way to, because we should be able to string strokes together, right? Okay, so, however, this is not Nard. And of course, Mitch Peters was a principal percussionist in the LA Philharmonic for years. And so this is actually like a piece of music in a sense, really. And Richard Wilson, when it came to reading, he didn't seem to mind. He wasn't very strict about adhering to a particular metronomic tempo. He just wanted you to be able to play the thing, and whatever tempo you chose was cool with him. So this thing starts at 58, dotted quarter, 58 to 72. You're going to try it at 58.
Yeah, I was trying at 58. I'll count myself then. One, two, three. Oh, sorry, that's the dotted corner. Oh, hold on a sec here.
2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2.
Okay. Well, you read it well, right? I know you've practiced it for a little bit, although not just recently. But the dynamics are like
some dynamics screw up.
As the dynamics are as important as the written note.
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah, it's part of the composition, right? So you started off not at pianissimo. Let's see. see, there's got to be dynamics here in that section where it goes. You see, there's got to be a flow and adherence to the dynamics. Okay, so why don't you try? Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The 7th system. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6 bar in. You're playing 16th notes, starting right? You're starting. Okay, where do you want to play this? You said you wanted to slow it down, which is
down to 50 beeps. So dotted quarter note equals 50.
I still have to think about this hand a little bit. Go for it.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. I'm supposed to go up there. Sorry. Let me try that again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
Yeah, I messed up the.
Yeah. So. Should be smooth. Okay, so when it comes up, let's see. See, we don't want.
Yeah.
Kind of what you're doing. Now listen to how mine sounds. So I'm trying to 3-finger grip. I'm trying to not choke the stick, right? See, this doesn't sound funky. This doesn't sound like this. Okay? So let me just see you do this. So it doesn't quite have the same attack, does it? Yours sounds more like. Now, seems to me, and I can't see. I'm not sure you have a honest to goodness 3-finger grip, because I'm feeling as though you're choking the stick. Right? I'm not right there with you. We can do a side view, but right now I want to keep things moving. You want to? Can you just turn to the side real quick so that I can see the inner workings of your left hand? Can you just do this towards your drums without it turning into a major ordeal? If you can't, don't worry about it. I told you should probably. Yeah. Now I need the practice pad there.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, hold on. Just have to...
Well, maybe you need a practice pad.
Hold on. Can be done.
let me show you what you look like. See, I want your arms hanging straight down. See, you're like this. You're playing like this. And it looks as though like you're squeezing with your back fingers, with your elbow not hanging by your side. So there are all these different pieces of the technique that have to be coordinated with one another. Everything has to be working. So I'm not sure. Let your arm hang by your side. See where your elbow is? I can almost, if you rotate a little more, because you're more like this, I think. Something. But you see how your arm is almost lined up with your back? And when you bring this up, it should stay that way. No, you do this. Like you just did it. You went like this, and then this. It just comes straight up. Yeah. No. Why does your elbow go? Watch. Why does your elbow go? Does it? I don't think so. Why? Yeah. Why would your elbow go back when you come up?
I don't know. Maybe just my body's a little.
I think no, because it should be right where here. Just put your other hand here on your right arm. Okay. Don't let it go back and just lift it up. Well, it still wants to go back a little, but there. See, this is just hanging. Can you just move this a little? Let it flop back. If that loose. So I think Dick would sometimes, once in a while, maybe he would do that. He'd just flick your elbow. Or he'd say, "Go, feel my arm." So go ahead. He'd have you come up behind him, you know. Hey, go on, pull on my elbow. Look, see, it just falls right back. Right? So if you're like this, your elbow isn't going to fall back. You're holding it here. Okay, now it should be nice and relaxed. We're at the floor. We have a 3-finger grip. Right? The thumb, the first finger, the middle finger, and there's kind of this, it's like a triumvirate, or well, it's a 3-finger grip. So what's interesting, though, is if you notice, the thumb, and I believe, and I'm trying to remember, I think Carlos may have said this to me, or did I read it? But Carlos had this thing where he talked about the fulcrum, potentially being somewhere in between the 3 fingers. So the thumb is, in a sense, running directly across. Look, the thumb is running directly across from the 2 fingers, right? You see it? Yeah. And see, you're trying to do nothing. You're just. Okay, so when we turn up higher, look, it's a 3-finger grip. Now, while your elbow's starting to creep back, it's just not hanging. I want you to let it hang. Because watch, what if we want to do this? What if I want you to make a throw? How are you going to do that? Let me see. Yeah. It does appear, Dick would, it does appear to go slightly forward, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I mean, so your elbow is moving a bit too.
Slightly. And the elbow's also moving out. Just a little bit. Right? And then you're coming down. Go on, make a throw. You can. Okay, now I just want you now just to turn. That's better. That's better. see, because now I feel, I see the stick a little bit more free in your hand. I feel like you're doing this. I don't feel like you're doing this. I feel it feels more like you're doing this. You see, because if you do this, listen to what it sounds like. Now listen to what it sounds like. Surprisingly different, isn't it? Listen. Listen closely. That's what you sound like, especially when you get loud. Everything, you tighten everything up, elbows back here, and you get this. But what we want is not this sound. We want, now tell me the difference in what you hear. Here it is with a crush grip. And here it is without a crush grip. What's the difference?
Well, the second one is higher in pitch.
There you go. There you go. I'm allowing the stick to resonate. Not, but huge difference. You can't choke the stick. There. That's the sound you want. Stop clutching with your back fingers. 3-finger grip. Go ahead, just play some big high turns. With your arms relaxed with a 3-finger grip. All right, so that's better. I wish you'd relax I want you to relax your arm a little bit more. I don't want you holding it back. It should be there. That's where it should be. Okay, so come on back, turn back around now. Okay, so that's what we're searching for. So that should never go away. It shouldn't go away and should always come back to the floor. Okay. All right. So, not bad though. I'm going to want you to work on just review. I'll just have you review.
Yeah.
At 50, I'm just going to have you review that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7 system, 6 bar in to the first bar of the 10 system, where it ends on that quarter note, which is where you stopped.
Okay.
Okay? And you can just work on singles, starting left and starting right. Playing dynamics and not losing your 3-finger grip, not crushing the stick, because it immediately changed your sound. Okay. Now, I had you working on the single paradiddle, right? How did the inversions come? How did the inversions come along?
Well, that's the thing. I've been neglecting the practice, so I this week I'll have more time to devote to the.
Okay, well, good. You're kind of you're a blank slate right now.
That's right.
Okay.
I have more time to devote to the Spivack library this week.
So we were at 60, if I recall.
Yeah.
Go for it.
You want me to let the diddles rebound? Or I'm playing them as wrist turns now.
I'm letting mine rebound.
Okay. You do that.
what I want you to do. Check it out. I want you to give me a throw. Now, well, here's what happens if you squeeze with your back fingers for the throw. If you're not turning your wrist with a 3-finger grip and you're squeezing or clutching, the tendency is to not want to come up because now you're going to squeeze. So instead of turning your wrist, you're squeezing. So I don't want you to choke the thing literally, and I don't want you to choke off the height of turn because you're choking the thing by squeezing. Watch what happens if you don't do that. It can really come up. Look, watch. Really come up, can it? Do it again. Now remember, there's this feeling. There's this feeling of the Richard Martinez fixed point in the universe as you go up. Go ahead and hold your bead. If Dick was with you, he would grab your bead and do this. He would grab your bead and do this. So, right? So we're here and we're coming up. 3-finger grip. Take your other fingers off to prove it to me. Why is that? It's a little hard for you to do. That's interesting that it's a little hard for you to do.
Yeah, they're off. They're off.
Okay, I really, okay. And I don't want you to hurt yourself because there is a propensity until you know what you're doing to not know what you're doing and end up squeezing in an unnatural way and potentially hurting yourself because you're so used to using the whole hand. So just be aware of that. But we're coming up around this fixed point, right? We're coming up around a fixed point. See, it's this up motion. And there isn't up to a throw in the paradiddle, isn't there? It's all one motion. Watch. Wrist turn, 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 wrist turn. 3-finger grip, 3-finger grip. That's why Chad Wackerman wears glasses. He wears those yellow goggles because I understand he's turning, and he caught himself in the eye. I understand one point, which is like a badge of honor because it means he can turn his wrist, right? Okay. So what happens is, watch, Joe, watch. When you just lay the stick on the surface. No, good. Yeah, yours doesn't look like mine. You went up or something. What did you do? Okay, watch me. Watch. I'll show you from this angle. Okay, so it's part of it. You see here, this is what I was showing you. My bad. I was showing you just putting the stick on the surface. Watch, just putting my stick on the surface. What did you feel happen in the butt end?
Butt end. Okay, I felt the hand pronate forward slightly, a very minute, almost imperceptible way, and I felt the butt end come away from the palm slightly.
Perfect. Right? Okay. So you're already going up. That's another Richard Martinez thing. You're already going up. That's a Murray Spivack thing, isn't it? He says, you're so close to the surface, and he has Louis just bend, and he starts to go up. Right? Just gets that. And then you follow it up, you'd say, right? So what we want to get is this whole thing in sync, right? If you touch, just do that with me. Touch and go up. Touch and follow it up. Touch. No, it's as though you're, this is where it gets, and this is where it gets, is like, it looks fine, it looks a lot like yours, I'm going up and I'm going down. But it's got to be this very specific thing. It's got to be pure wrist. And if you do this, what did you just do? Huh, you kind of just went like this. Watch. Now watch. See if you can see what I'm doing here. Yeah. That's not right. Neither is this. So, I'm going to be careful. I want to demonstrate what you're doing, but it doesn't go up before you strike the pad. It's connected to watch. It's connected. Watch. It's connected to this. It's connected to making contact with the surface. You see, it's connected to this. It's connected to this leading. It's connected to this leading, not lifting up and touching. You don't lift up and bend. You don't lift up and bend. The act of bending causes you to go up, and you follow that up. It's very different. That's very different, but so subtle, most people, they could say, most people will never get it. You know. So you really have to start parallel, so the whole thing will work. And I'm not sure you are. I always feel as though you're like this. You're not here. Put the stick on the surface. That's parallel. That's it. Now, if you lift that whole stick, come on, just do this, copy me here for a second. Take your other hand off, you're not holding it. Okay, now we're gonna lift that stick up a ½ inch. Bead and butt end. Lift it up evenly. Okay, that's where it should be. Now get a grip. 3-finger grip, right there. Keep it right there. Good. Now, you'll notice there are certain indicators, aren't there? Look at your forearm. Look how flat it looks. Okay? It's very flat, isn't it? So that is a guidepost. The fact that the stick is flat and not at an angle to the surface, but okay? So that's 2 ways of telling. Right? Keep that butt end down. Right. So if we just touch, that's how we go up. We have to touch. So the best way to get it is to touch and feel the butt. You can't start. You have to have the whole thing flat, and you're just going to touch. We're kind of doing it in a remedial way, in slow motion. So we're just touching, and you're going to feel. Let's see. You're going to feel that butt end come away just a little. Go on, touch. See how there's a little curvature in your wrist? This is very subtle. A little curvature in your wrist now, isn't there? By virtue of the fact that you touched in the butt end. Watch. You touched, and look how flat it is. You touch and it just goes down flat, doesn't it? Yeah. See, and you've started to go up. And the proof is that it's come away. Watch. It's come away from the palm just a little bit. Can you see me going up? Watch. By virtue of making contact, it's starting to go up. There. Now follow that up around a fixed point. That's it. Now make a throw. Come on. Don't shove down. Goes good though. Make a touch. Touch. No, you didn't touch. You didn't feel the butt end come away from the palm. Do it slowly. No, you see you're lifting up. You really wanted to lift it up. Come on, get flat. Your butt end's too high. You're not parallel. There you go.
Yeah.
Just touch and feel the butt end come away. That'll be proof that you, no, the butt end went up. If anything, the butt end goes down. Watch, watch. Look, watch. Watch. See how flat my stick is? Watch the butt end. Here's you. Even if you fake it and get it away to come on, look, the butt end goes up. Like, this is you. Here's me. The stick hasn't gone up. My wrist has. I'm lowering in a sense, right? I'm touching the surface. The butt end, if anything, goes down. Go on, touch the surface and feel the whole. No, your butt end went up. Yeah, it really has to be flat until you really come to terms with how important that is. There you go. Now all you do is touch, and the thing should just get lowered to the surface. It touches, and that's better. See, butt end is still kind of where it was, or if anything went. Now you're going up. Now follow that up. Come on, smoothly and cock. Nah, it's good. You went up pretty good. Watch. You touch. You follow it up. I'm even letting you leave it on the surface. And then you cock. Touch. No, you lifted your arm. You get the wrist goes up because you touch. Because here, check this out, Joe. This is where it gets kind of tricky. Stay with me now. Much better, but stay with me. You're already going up by virtue of going down. So are we going up or down? Watch. This is going down. Isn't it? Down. So that this can go up. So are we going up or down? Or are we doing both? Okay. It starts with this. So you turn to the surface, or you can use gravity, you turn, it starts to go up, and you move around a fixed point in the universe as you follow it. There you go. Now follow that up. And cock your wrist. Nope. It was really, watch, just watch, because you almost have it here. Touch. Touch. And see the 3-finger grip, watch. Now you're here. That's pretty good. Now you're going to cock your wrist and the arm's going to fall. I don't want this. It's got to be in proportion. Watch. You're right. Look what happens. You can see my hand, can't you? But my arm's coming down. It's not this. I want your, here we go, touching. And the arm's coming down. There you go. Right back to where you started, flat. That's it. That's it. Do it one more time. Come on, you lost your flatness already. You just want to lift that up. Like a butt end. Come on, it's not flat. You need a mirror or something. Butt end went up. It didn't really go down as you did this. I don't know. Yeah, there. Look how different that is than where you just were.
Yeah.
It's much different.
It was significantly different.
You need a mirror to remind yourself, okay? Even the butt end is a little high right now. There you go. Now just touch. Feel it come away from the palm. Follow it up. Feel the forearm come down to your palm. Don't lose. It's all one motion. So watch. I feel like the arm isn't really coming down, and you get this big turn, and then it comes. Good. Do it. No. You have to touch and come up. Come on up. Throw. Nice and easy. There you go. Pretty good. Now, that's what's happening in the paradiddle, isn't it? Right after our diddle. Paradiddle. So paradiddle, 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 paradiddle. There it is. Watch. Paradiddle, up, up. There it is. Look, see? Up, 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 up. you get it, you can just speed it up and it never loses the tone. Everything stays relaxed. Okay, you're on the rest, which is cool, because if you can get the up to the throw, see, I can get this to bounce. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Give me 5. Now remember, the diddle is pretty quiet, isn't it? Paradiddle. Diddle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Pretty slow. Ah, more like that. But then you have to get that up part. That's good. Right? It has a quality of drift, but you're not going to let it completely die. You're going to just get 2 of them. Yeah. You're not going to turn on quite that high. You really feel it in your thumb. Really feel it in your thumb. 3-finger grip. Careful of those back fingers. Really feel it in the thumb. It's kind of moving around the thumb, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's like another axis. Feel it? Moving through that whole three-finger slot, right? Really feel it on the thumb. Feel it over the fulcrum. Go for it. Yeah, just 2 of those. Good, just 2. There. That's it. And then you're going to make a little up. That up I just showed you. No, you just don't. You want to touch because it's an upstroke. We're in a speed where it's an actual upstroke. If it wasn't, it would just do this. Watch. If it wasn't an upstroke, it would just go tap, and then you could go up. Tap. See? Tap. Or you can follow it up. Tap, or follow it up. So if we're at a speed so that it'll rebound, we're at around 60, you should be able to get it to bounce, which you did. Okay. I turn on 160, that's a good idea. So it's up. Along. Now let's take a look at 160. Let's take a look at the next version.
Is that better, Kevin?
It is better. You're getting it to rebound.
Yeah.
I'm going to just have you practice this though, because this starts to go out the window as you get going. This part of it. Right? So it's going around a right? And that way you can play like roll strokes. You can hit cymbals. I don't have anything else to hit. Never have enough to play on, right? Yeah, but you see. I can make motions. You're down in here. See, I can do this. You can move. You're not locked in here. Okay, so yeah, so that's what this is. That's this. Up, down, up. Here it is, not laying on the surface. Up, down, up, down, up. Nope. You've got to feel the relief on your palm. You're not. You're kind of doing this. Watch. You're doing this. Holding onto the stick, not getting to the surface, and allowing this whole thing to be one fluid motion. You don't have to let it bounce. We're not letting it bounce right now. It's one note.
Should I let it rest on the pad?
Well, that's how you get it. That's why I wanted you to just do this. This looks like that. It's laying on the pad. Look how flat it is. Lay it down flat. There you go. Like that. Look, the stick is still, look, watch. Look how flat it is. You can almost do that. Try that. You need to get out, some kind of laser ruler or something. Yeah. Now bring it up. Parallel. Okay. Bring it up to parallel. Okay. Now just put it on the surface. Come away from the ball. Don't go lifting up. Do that. Should barely move, really. Go ahead. Copy me. Oh, yours kind of went down. See, mine went like this. So when I take it off, it's almost flat. I think.
But it's flat. It's flat.
It is. Okay, so but you have to test it. You have to start here, and you touch. Oh, look. I didn't feel it come away from the bum. I'm busted. I busted myself. Watch.
Now I'm flat. Oh, now it's like.
Here you go. That's a whole other world. It might seem like 1/4 of an inch or 1/8 of it. That's like, in terms of the calibrations, the level of calibration involved, that's a lot. Moving a 1/2 inch for what we're doing, half an inch getting to Jupiter, it isn't the same as all you've got is from here to here. Now that 1/2 inch is a big deal. Okay, so no, you just want to lay it down. Come away from the palm. Go on. Make sure it's flat. Now you can follow that up. And just follow it up, leaving it on the surface. Yeah. There you go. Now you're back to flat.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's what you're going to work on. Just that. And then you're going to work on playing the paradiddle. But I want to make sure you can play the inversions. Let's just take a quick look at the inversions. Okay. Let's do this.
Basically, you want me parallel to the pad, 1/4 of an inch. Then you want the bead to touch the surface.
Like that.
And then the butt end comes away.
It stays quite flat.
But then I've got to go up.
There.
Now I'm back to here.
You're following that little bend in your wrist when you lower it down. Look. No, you lifted it up. You didn't go down flat. No, you can't push it down. It goes down because your hand, doesn't the hand do this? Watch. Doesn't the hand do that?
Yeah.
Now just do this with me. We're taking our time. We're not in any rush, because if you can get this, the whole thing will go so much more quickly. Yeah. So it will do this, right? Especially with no stick on it. Yeah, see the fingers? Now come back up. They close. See, you're going to touch the surface. With no stick in your hand, you went to touch the surface. The hand would open up, wouldn't it? But now we're holding a stick and we're not moving that far. So now that we're holding a stick and we have a 3-finger grip, all you get is this. And I'm going up. Remember, the hand will open a little bit and it'll come away from the palm. Like that. You're going up. See how the wrist is bent? Now just follow that up a little bit and throw. It'll give you the pathway up. Watch. Watch. It almost gives you the trajectory. Watch. To keep your grip together. You touch. Look. I can watch. I can see. It's going like. All I have to do is watch. Really watch me. All I have to do is follow this. I'm going to do it again. Watch. Touch. It's going up. I just have to follow that.
Yeah.
Gives it to you, man. Yeah, that's it. And don't go flicking it up too far behind you. Now let the arm come down. Remember what we talked about last time? Go on up, follow that up. Now, no, I want to see the arm coming down as you cock your wrist. You have to get the first part. No, we just did this weird big thing. It's tiny. That's what I'm just tiny. It's hard to imagine how important something this small could be. You're not flat. You're not flat. Now you're flat. Now you have a chance of just turning and touching the surface and having the stick come away from your palm. No, you lift it up. Just spend some time to make sure you're flat. Just touch. Just touch. No, you're not flat. You need a mirror. Touch. Just touch. Touch. Bend forward. That's a little better. That's all you did. You don't even need to bend that much, but it's just teeny. There. That gives you the route up. Now just cock and let your arm fall. Ah, there you go. That's it. Okay, so let's just take a look at the other inversions. Okay. So now we have, I just want to make sure that you can, so here's Steve, and we're still going to play the accents. So it's, there's that nice throat. We come back to this surface, and you can see that little motion that I showed you. Okay, now here's a chance for you to really explore. Some of these strokes are tricky because we want to have it at a speed where to rebound because we're playing a rebound double. It's too slow, it's wrist. We're trying to incorporate that. We could play it on the wrist, but which we have, I believe. But here's what you want to look for. Okay, we know we've got the dribbly thing. We just want 2 of those, right? Okay, so what we're going to do is, so this is now watch my up and the right. This is Dick Wilson's famous pad. He used to teach on this pad. The students would use the red Ludwig pad, and he would use this. It's quite quiet. It's this gorgeous piece of rubber. All the students, you know, desired it. And we all picked a number. We all made piles of some of this cool stuff after he passed. And I happened to get lucky and got this, as well as some other really cool things. This Rogers drum set. It's awesome. So this is kind of a very special pad. Okay, and you're not going to get as many rebounds on it. Maybe only, not as many rebounds. Not a gel pad, but it's not, and it's nice and quiet, and Dick like to be able to hear, looks good, dude. There you go. Look how flat you look now. Okay, so what we're trying to do is, here's what I want to point out. So it's Now watch my up in the right. The one on the big Aquarian pad. Shout out to Chris Brady at Aquarian. Watch this part. Up. Here's what you look like. You get this instead of, now watch, just watch. Sometimes it's taking it in. Well, I'm playing the inversion. There's the up. I'll show it to you here, and you can see how, I think I'm going down pretty parallel. This is a feel thing. Dick Wilson used to say that, it's so funny. This is a head trip, peace, that's all. Mumbo jumbo. It's like, he just played by feel. And happened to be one of those kind of minds that could explain what he was feeling. You know? Okay, so that's what we're doing. There it is. There it is. Touch. You'll see it every time. Watch. See how it looks? It's all part of this one thing. First, I have to get to here. And that leads it up. I don't go lifting like this. Here's you. I'll just play regular record. Let's see. See? Close. If everything's closed, and you get to this position, and I want not closed. I want it open so that you can follow this up. Very different, isn't it, right? It's that. Try it again, but I want you to concentrate on your up. If you see yourself ending up like, look how little I move from my up. Not very much. Nice and flat. So try it again. Try it again. Yeah. It's the up. Up. Don't go up. Yeah, better. Don't go up so high for you. Maybe that's the way to get it. Just go a little. But you're just touching, following it up. Just touch. Just touch to the right. Just touch to the right. Touch it in your right again. In your right. There you go. Oh, don't come up that much. There. Give yourself a chance to touch the surface. There. That's a little better. Okay, now the next iteration. The diddle is on the first 2/16 notes. The beginning of the paradiddle is on the third 16th note. So now it's a backbeat, isn't it? Stop doing this. It's just this little thing. You're coming up too much. Or not in, it's not quite right. It's better if you don't come up so high. See? how much I come up. Remember the V? Just that. Look what it looks like here. It's just that. It doesn't go like this. Okay? You felt it today. Let's hear the last iteration. Now watch. Now something else has happened. A new iteration has created another weird glitch in your technique. If you just do this, show me what it looks like. Touch, so comfortable. No, it really plays on the surface. You never get this part of it. You can stop here, watch. You can wait for a minute to prove to you. No, you're here. You're here. I'm here. I'm here with a little hump, and you're here with the butt end up in the air with a big hump. There, you don't have to make a big deal out of it. Look how little it is. It happens without you even notice. Look how little it is. Watch. Look, let's look at it this way. As much as the butt end comes away from the palm, that's how much change of contour you'll get in the upper part of the wrist. Here, try this. We'll just hang down. Bend so little. Bend so little. This is kind of remedial. If now it's not going to come away from the palm, you're just going to feel the skin of the palm. Follow the stick. It's never going to leave, but see, when it's on the, it creates a little dent here, and when you touch the surface, that dent will go away, and the normal contour of your palm will reform. That's how little you're going to go up, and that's how little this would be. Look, boom. Now we're really making it micro, aren't we? And I just follow that up. Touch, barely touch. There, you're going up. That's it. Go on now, cock your wrist and let the arm. You have to end up at the floor because when you're playing this last iteration, every downstroke ended up in the air. Probably because you weren't really doing that. Probably because your up wasn't right. Part of the stroke isn't right, the whole thing kind of collapses. There you go. Now you're getting it. Look how cozy you are to the surface. Just touch. Just touch in the right. Just to prove to yourself. Just touch. A little more. Just a little bend, a little more. If you bend a little more, what happens? There you go. That's it. See? You got it. Now follow that up. I just wish you wouldn't throw the stick away at the top. I want this to collapse. But there. Feel this coming down. This countervails. The forearm comes down as you bring your wrist to the ceiling. Okay. All right, one more time. Try this iteration and stop low on your downstroke. Yeah. Don't come up so high. It's a tiny little thing. Literally focus on the butt end coming away from the palm as you go up. See if you can do that. Oh, get there. Come on. Stop low. Low. You're stopping more. There it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. You know, it's a little bit, you know, we worked on your, there you go. I want you to end there. You always end there. Okay. We worked on your feet, right? And you hadn't really, I don't know if you'd ever had anyone show you feet.
I've had some foot
instruction.
Had you, or whatever you were doing was not what we do, and you got it. You were able to keep the beater off of the head and make a motion up. I told you need to tighten your springs a little bit on your pedal so that you could put. There's a little weight that happens here, right? As you leverage up. Does this remind you of anything? Right? And so now it's as if now you're allowing the beater to touch the head. It's almost like that, isn't it? Watch. Got the beater in the head, on the head, beater, the pedal. It's actually on the head. You're going to go up on the head. Now, the difference is when we come down, we don't plant it into the head. But it just maybe put it on the head. Put the beater on the head, right? It touches there, you're going up. Now follow that up. Okay. Your Honor, I rest my case. Yeah. It's this journey of one piece at a time until before you know it, you've got the whole thing. And it's really nothing. It's actually pretty simple. Seems foreign, I get it. It was to me too. But with perseverance, talent, intelligence, it's impossible to fail. Let's turn off the camera.
I just have to realign myself with all the principles of the technique.
Yeah.
Feel a little bit in touch with it.
Cornerstone concepts, 7 basic strokes,